Well, President Donald Trump and Elon Musk, co-president, some people say, are moving forward with their plan to shut down the U.S. Agency for International Development, also known as USAID. Democratic lawmakers have protested this move by rallying in front of its D.C. building.
And our next guest, Democratic Congressman Subramanyam, was there standing side by side with his colleagues.
Enough is enough. We will not stand for this. This is illegal, this is wrong, and this is unconstitutional. It takes an act of Congress to shut down USAID, but you know what? Congress will not let this happen. We will not let this happen.
Congressman Subramanyam from Virginia joins us now for more. Sir, your colleague, Senator Joni Ernst, says that she launched this investigation into USAID and found not only corruption, but a lack of transparency, alleging that most of its budget doesn't even go to those who really need the help. Take a listen.
I have been on USAID's case for years now, going back several years, where I was trying to investigate the expenditures for humanitarian aid, primarily when it came to the war in Ukraine. And what my team and I encountered was absolute obstruction and lies coming out of USAID.
So now Senator Ernst supports eliminating USAID. Your response, Congressman?
Yeah, you know, if your car has a scratch on it, it doesn't mean you give it away, right? The USAID may have some things where we can streamline it, make it more efficient, make it better, but it doesn't mean we completely get rid of it. I mean, USAID helps prevent wars, it helps prevent famine, it keeps people healthy, and it shows our strength and our democracy and our values all across the globe. It is such an important agency, and to get rid of it completely because she found a little bit of corruption is absolutely absurd.
Well, Congressman, USAID, small, tiny part of the U.S. budget, less than 1%. Why do you think Trump and Musk are going after it? And is it lawful? Congress established this by passing a law, having it signed by the president. Can a president unilaterally take down a department that Congress established?
Yeah, you know, to your first question, I think the reason they're doing a lot of this is to try to show the American people that they're being good stewards of their tax dollars. But this is actually going to end up costing more money. I mean, if you want to cut USAID, then we better double or triple the defense budget because there's going to be more wars all across the globe. And is this legal? No. Is this constitutional? No. The Congress set up USAID. It was an act of Congress that was signed into law. And so it has to be Congress that gets rid of USAID by rescinding that act. And so none of this is legal. None of this is appropriate. None of this is good for Americans. Forget the constituents in my district that work at USAID. All Americans should be concerned about this because this makes us less safe.
Well, I do want to ask you about the USAID employees that are now stuck overseas. What are you and other lawmakers doing to help them?
You know, we're going to put up a resource page for people to reach out to. We know that there's lawsuits currently in the courts right now that have been pretty successful to date because, again, there's no real legal basis to do any of this or constitutional basis. But, you know, we as lawmakers have a responsibility as well. I'm the ranking member of the subcommittee on military and foreign affairs, and I'm going to call for a hearing. I want to talk to all the people involved and see what their justification is and why they think that they can take over the powers of Congress to shut down an entire agency that Congress authorized.
Yeah, that'll be a big case when it gets into court. Congressman, you also just gave a speech on the House floor about threats to federal workers at this moment. What's happening? Why? And what can you do about it?
Yeah, you know, I had a town hall last night. We expected about 50 to 100 people, but we ended up getting about 400 or 500. I mean, it was incredible, the amount of people. And people did not go home. They waited in the lobby of the building and just to like talk to people. And what this shows to me is that a lot of people are concerned, they're scared, but most importantly, they're angry right now. And they weren't all federal workers either. They were just people who understand how important it is that we fight for our democracy. And so, you know, I've told the people there, and I'm going to say to the American people that we will do everything in our power. Certainly I will, and I think the rest of the Democratic caucus. We hope the Republican caucus joins us in making sure that we protect our democracy. Don't let this administration overstep their constitutional bounds. Don't let this administration make Congress useless, which is what they're trying to do. I think we need to do an all of the above strategy to prevent some of this from happening.
Congressman, appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.